Right, this is future Earl talking. I'm uploading this video just because I've beaten my PB. If it was any other reason, I wouldn't have uploaded it. I would have kept hold of it and uploaded it again in the future, a bit more later on. The reason is because normally, like my channel at the moment is just rare, and it's getting boring for me and probably for you. But because I've beaten my PB today, I'm uploading it. So hope you enjoy this one. Yeah, don't forget to smash that like button. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Right, I'm out on the North Heads. I came down as soon as we got down here. I didn't want to get the camera set up until I've got the bait in the water. Got a bait in the water. I was just sorting out other bits and bobs before we have to get pushed up onto another rock a bit higher than us, because we're fishing the tide on the flood and we're getting locked on to a rock that's higher up until the tide goes back out, and then we can get back off this rock. But sidetracked, as soon as I got the bait in the water, it was out maybe 5 minutes, I started getting bites. Struck into it and it was well, I picked the rod up, feeling it, and it was just moving. And I thought, oh, got a nice fish here. Struck into it, just dead weight, and I felt head shakes, and I was like, yes, this must be a nice fish. I was hoping for a cod, but it's not a cod, and of course it's a fish that I can't get away from. It's in this rock pool down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh it, because I think it's beat my PB, which is 6 pounds 6. I think this might be a little bit heavier. It's a male, so they do count to be a bit more bigger than the females. Well, that's what I've been told anyway. Some people say females are bigger, some people say males are bigger. To be honest with you, I don't give a crap, as long as it's bigger than my PB. So we're going to show you now, and I'm going to take the hook out, and then I'm going to go and get the scales and weigh it and see what we've got. We've got a nice thornback race out. This one is worth catching. Nearly went in there. Normally I don't like catching rays, because I catch them all the time, because like around the average around 2.5 pound, 3 pound. But this one is definitely over 5, well over 5. So I'm going to get it unhooked now, get it weighed, and see if it beats my PB. Stay tuned. 6 pound 9. So that's my new PB short coat ray. 6 pound 9. Absolutely fantastic. Right, I'm gonna go and get it released. One last look, and we'll get another bait in the water. Right guys, now that we're all settled and fishing, as you can see behind me, we've got one rod out. I have brought 2 rods with me, but I won't be putting the second rod out until I can get up here, so that I can feel comfortable and I don't have to move anymore. Eventually I will be getting pushed off there and have to come up onto this rock that you're sitting on at the moment. If the tide comes, well, if I'm standing here now and the tide's fully in, the tide will be covering my ankles, so that's how high it comes up. You're just got to be careful when you come to a mark like this, and if you don't know the place, if you've never been here before, you want to try and get some local advice and see what you can come up with. But at the moment here we're fine, because the tides are not that big, it's not that rough, and we're going to be safe up here, so we're going to be fine. And even if this level that you're on now isn't going to be safe enough, we can get even higher, which is even better. But yeah, that ray was caught on a pulley rig, a long pulley rig. We bought a 5 foot pulley rig, and it was a straight 3 yellowtails. That's all it was. And like I said, the bait was in the water 5 minutes. There goes a couple of bites and then broke free, slack line. Reeled down, felt it going, so struck into it. Brought it in, and of course we saw a ray. 6 pound 9, beat my PB, brilliant. Yeah, and I've got another pulley rig out there, but I've got a lot shorter. So folded up, ready to cast, it's about that long, so it's not very long at all. From local advice, want short pulley rigs, just so when you're reeling in, if you've got a decent fish on, when you're reeling in, you can get it up higher quicker. But if you've got a long pulley rig like I did have before, like it's got a like the weight of the fish will pull all that snood and all the rig body out, and then so if 5 foot pulley rig, that will equal out to 10 foot of line all the way away from your lead. That will be up high, you know what I mean? So if you have like a foot long pulley rig, and then the fish takes the bait, pulls the lead up, that's 2 foot. So you haven't got a long snood out that could get snagged on the rocks on the way into. And I've just put straight yellowtails on there. See if that pulls out anything. I'm back on the sand again. I'm going to fish onto the sand as much as I can until I get pushed off, and then I'm going to start fishing into the rocks. See if we can get a cod. Sorry, codling. But if you get a cod, which is over £6, then I'll be very, very happy. Very, very happy. Well, to be honest with you, a cod or any other species that other than a ray and a dogfish, anything else, I'll be very, very happy. I didn't mention, but I have come down with Jonathan, so I'm not down here by myself. Tell you what, we'll give you a little bit of a show around now. Right, so around that corner is Fleswick Bay. You come round Fleswick Bay, come up onto these rocks here, and you fish on this nice flat rock right here until you get kicked off, which you have to go up here. So as you can possibly see, up here there's no barnacles. Up here, down here, there's barnacles. So you know, see, and if you look on this rock here, you can see where the barnacles finish. Right? So the tide will go to about there. Alright, I would say that's where we're going to be safe. So up here, we're going to be really safe. You know what I mean? So the tide's not going to hit you. It might get like where you can see all the green, so you probably get hit by some seawater. But around the corner, you can see a gap right there. But around that corner, there's another high rock we can get onto. And right there where you can see Jonathan's head, there's a rock right there that he's got his rod bag on. That's another high rock we can sit on. But even if the tide comes all the way up here, we can still get right up on top of there and we'll be safe. I would say on top of that rock will be fine. We're just gonna hope and pray really it doesn't come that far. I don't think it should, because it's not really big tides today. Condition of the tide, it's dirty. It was a lot more dirtier when we first got down here, a lot more chocolate colour, but as the tide's coming in, it's clearing up, which could be a good thing. But for codling, you really want it dirty apparently. But I'm assuming you'll catch summer, spring cod, whatever you want to call it, in here in clean water. But we'll see. At the moment, Jonathan's only fishing one rod. I think he's only going to use one rod all day. I might use 2, like I was saying earlier, when I'm up there though. But yeah. But yeah, I'll go and put you back over this rock. Right guys, as you can see in the rock pool there, I've had another thorn back. Not as big as the first one, but it's another male. So I'm just going to let it chill out in there for a couple of seconds, get it unhooked, and get it put back. But yeah, tide's coming in thick and fast now. Tide's moving left, so's the wind. So we've got wind and tide together. So that's why it's a little bit choppy, as you can see. But it's only this choppy because it's hitting these rocks in front of us now, see. Hopefully when we get up here, we'll be fine. But we've decided, see, as you can see, Jonathan's all the way back there. I'm going to go on this flat rock right here. The only reason why I'm going on there is because on top of it, there's loads and loads of scratch marks where people have had the studs on the boots. So that's where I know it's going to be safe. So that's where I'm going. Alright guys, how's it going? Bit of an update for you. I'll put you up on a really high rock. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a bit of a show around. So before, I was down there behind this rock, if you remember. I was on the other side of that, on that ledge. So we're up in between these 3 big rocks. Jonathan's over in that corner. He's lucky. He's got another 45 minutes before the tide's fully in. So I think he's got enough time. I've just missed a nice fish. Definitely wasn't a ray because I was in the rocks. I had a couple of hits, a couple of small taps, and then it just started taking off and it started taking line. railed down, struck. It was there for like what, 30 seconds, and then it just went off. So I've quickly rebaited up another rig and threw it out there. So hopefully we can get another one. Right guys, I've fed the fish, so it's time to feed me now. Keep a close eye on that rod, because you know, sometimes when you eat, homemade carbonara. It's absolutely a beautiful day down here. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah. Oh yeah, look. We're definitely not getting off now, look. We have to stay here. The water's coming up right up to the edge now. So there's no way of getting off. We have to stay here. Yeah, I'll bring you back if anything happens. Right, that's me fed. I've got myself some cranberry juice. Very good stuff. Oh, we need now some fish. Right guys, Jonathan's just had a nice bite. Just gonna wait and see what it is. Missed it? Oh well. Better luck next time, I guess. Right, that's it guys. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully we'll see you next time on Earl's Fishing Adventures somewhere else. Let's see if we can do videos where we don't have to see white and Pete all the time.